with another sort of 100K bankroll challenge. I'm shooting for 99,000 hands this month. Realistically, 100,000 hands, but uh, between all stakes that we're playing, I'm not just going to lump it into an individual stake. So we got some NL50, NL25 mixed in here. Not a lot of tables have been running lately in the morning, so we'll just kind of play what we have. Not sure how long we'll sit at the heads up table. Just see big here. Here we call the ace deuce. Okay, check off flop. I'm just gonna try to show down ace high. We'll probably have to get back to adding in the $57 tables in the morning, especially because they are pretty good. Usually not today, but generally speaking, there's usually 3 or 4 of them running in the mornings. Probably gonna leave this table here. That's a pretty dry board. We're just gonna see that table like we just sat down, but tables are all pretty much dying off. So hopefully we can keep enough running for the stream. We will call here at the sixes. Okay, he does float flop. He's going to do a lot of stabbing on the turn. When he doesn't, I imagine we're just I got a smaller pocket pair. He's trying to get the showdown. I don't think we can get him off this. We'll just fold. Okay, he checks back with his flop. We're just going to go bet here. Okay, we see betting this flop. Okay, pick up a gut shot. We're going to double barrel. Okay, down here in the bottom right, we open pre-flop. We hit our 6. Again, I think we're just going to do a lot of small c betting, generally speaking, of these stakes. People are overfolding to just about everything and under check raising, so do you want to be uh, we do want to be c betting a lot. Raise the 10-5 suited. Okay, these. Okay, flop top pair. Definitely going to be value betting here in the bottom left. So I'm not sure if we'll be able to keep the stream up and running for very long while these tables keep dying off. I don't have a ton of interest in playing a bunch of heads up, especially against like a reg who's relatively decent. If you're up against fish, that's kind of one thing. Uh, but the rake at low stakes is just so high that to play heads up profitably, you need to have a significant um, edge. And a heads up, we definitely don't have that. Even this table in the top left, everybody seems to be playing pretty tight this morning so far. But um, okay, we're gonna value bet that eight. Threes we raise. Well, since the tables are pretty low action right now, let's pull up our chart for the last few days. Ace eight, queen eight suited will defend. Okay, checks back flop. Check to him. I imagine we have the best hand here with an eight. Probably he's gonna bet his complete garbage, I would think. No, he doesn't. Surprised he doesn't go for a bet there or there. Complete there. Gives up big blind. Jack eight suited, clear raise. We will see bet here. Can continue on a bunch of stuff. So I know we're not doing result checks very much. Sorry, just a second. We're not doing too many result checks or anything like that. Um, we're just trying to keep things talkative here. So let's just read it. So for the month so far, it's 3 days in. We have played basically 6,000 hands, and we are up $800. Now I'll just play the first action. Probably better to just three bet that actually, honestly. Okay, we're gonna donk lead this board sometime. A little bit wetter is better. Like if it was a 6 or 7 or an 8. But this guy's just gonna check back this board a whole bunch. I don't want to give him a ton of. Uh, I don't want him to be able to realize a shit ton of equity for like king queen or something. If you're ace seven or whatever, ace ten, ace jack, he just checks it back. Two overcards. Okay, here we're gonna double barrel. Here we're just gonna check fold. Play sell the jack eight suited. Fold the 9-3. 6 suited. Eight deuce, we'll bump it up. Okay, we ISO, he checks to us. We're gonna bet. We're gonna defend the ace seven. Fold 3 deuce. Goes to the check raise, we'll just let it go. Raise the ace six. Okay, goes a little bit bigger than I expected, so we will just be folding here. We're gonna value bet the ace in the bottom left. And we'll just take it down. Fold 3 deuce, fold the 10-3. And let's mix in a 3 bet here with the 9-7 suited. And I'm just gonna check fold in here. Of course, he 4 bets. Well, probably. It's nice to get some action. Well, the only reason to play heads up really is to try to create friction. But unfortunately, There's just not enough active players right now to join. None of the regs are joining into the tables. So sevens. And he does call the flop. I'm gonna bet again. Oh, we ISO when we get 3 bet. Here we're gonna squeeze again. We don't need to go really big. It is a big 4x open though, so we will proceed cautiously with that. Here we're just gonna fold, I think, at a position, and it's not a full stack. If you're the full stack, I would call. King four. Okay, not the greatest of flops for us. I think we just check shove probably. We call the king deuce. It's a terrible turn card. So we're just gonna maybe we'll go 10% one time. Just try to avoid getting blocked off our hand if they had like sevens or eights. You just check now. Raise these four suited. And we'll go for a little bit more value, I think, with the king. Yeah, we just have to fold down here in the bottom right. Just a shitty run out. And if this guy raises, he'd probably check back an eight a lot of the time. Here's the queen 10, fold 10 9. Fold king 4. Raise the ace queen. Yeah, we're just gonna leave the heads up tables. We could try table starting at 10 cent, 25 cent. Since all the 10 cent, 25 cent tables, it's all we have. So there's no NL50 tables running at all now. I just can't get on one. It's a wait list. Run this one. This guy sits. I just have. Okay. Big reg filled table. I'm not sure if it's worth playing, but we'll probably just play it because we're on stream and we got no other hands or no other tables that are active to play. Queens we raise. Just call fives in the big blind. Can also 3-bet them sometimes. May just start 3-betting them actually more often. It's a really small 3-bet from this guy. Call. They do check to us, so I'll probably just bet that. Ah, yes. Okay, defend the ace queen. Check fold most of the time on this board. Okay. So interesting snap call. I am just gonna go for the triple barrel half pot here. It just calls down with like queen, shitty queen, jack or something. So that's one way to do it. It's a hand that makes sense for him to have for sure. I'm not sure about the triple barrel, but I think I have enough of a reputation for being aggressive. We just have to call down here with the queens, obviously. And sometimes it's obviously like a big pocket pair. It's just whether it's one we beat or not, um, or like just spewing. So. Okay, that's good. This table filled in a little bit, which is nice. If you bet small, maybe we check raise here sometimes, but with king jack, we're just gonna check fold. All right, three bets again. We call fours. We can just try to take a flop. It's just a terrible table for NL50. Might as well be playing NL 200. Everybody here plays it. Okay, we do obviously call the nines here. Okay, pocket tens roll off. He checks. I think I'll check as well. I'm gonna call most rivers. Um, bet here. Okay, bet flop he calls. We're probably just gonna check the side river. Check fold here against even against Cappy Poker. That's what it is. Let's check back the nines. Okay. You're gonna try to limp shove the ace queen. He does not raise. This guy wins and leaves. Okay. Small pocket, small paired flush. We do check quite a bit. But with the flush draw, now the gut shot. We're not checking here. We're just gonna bet. Try to fold them off with like pocket eights. That type of hand. Check here with ace jack. Okay. I'm just gonna leave this table. Okay. Well, he calls down. He probably just has an ace. Okay. We don't want to be bluffing rivers when we hold clubs. Okay. Ace through fold, fold here. Pocket sixes heads up. He goes full 4x and then 3/4 pot on this board. Uh, I think if we had a if we were bigger than the second card, we would call. Just try to three bet here and see if anybody's going to be folding these tables. If not, we're just going to stop three betting stuff like that. If they're just mass overcalling. Okay, check the I5. All right, with three bet he calls. King 10 board. Obviously, we see bet here. It's pretty aggro. Ace is not the best card to see, but I think we're just going to go for a bet shove line here. Not now. There's just the click it back. We're just going to fold. We don't know enough about him to know if he's going to be bluffing there or not. Enough, but it's kind of very strange line for value, though, to be honest. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So maybe it is. Maybe we should have just thought that through a bit more. Like call the squeeze. If you're slow playing, you're not going to start raising now. Four flush. I don't like that fold. There's not a single back card really in the deck, I don't think, other than a jack and a queen. That's about it that kills action. Okay, we're just gonna bet our pair down here. And we're just gonna give up here. These guys are not folding. Like Cappy Poker's never folding anything. Uh, so at a position, we're just going to be looking to hit or fold most of the time. Okay, we do the pot with flop pair here. We're going to call again. That's a terrible run out. He did spike the king on us. That's so disgusting. Okay, 7-5 suited raise. Right, stick 4-5-3. It's not really a 3-bet, but we'll 3-bet it every once in a while. But anyway, yes, just quickly, our March results so far, 6K hands, up 800 for NL25 and NL50, so pretty good. And that'll be the last time we look at this for a while. Fold Jack 3, 8-10. I guess we're just gonna go bet. Check raises this. Interesting. I'm gonna call down. I'm just curious what he has here. Unless he like pots it. Set 5. Nice. Queen high win. Just wanted to confirm that. Okay, raise the Jack 7. Okay, and we're just gonna call the river if he does bet. Can't not. This guy is pretty spewy. So we're just gonna be looking to induce or play. See what check call lines. Only bet lines with like our weak top pairs and second pair type hands. Okay, fold to King 4. I think you can fold pretty wide. Where's it 4x open? Okay, you can check back here. You would call river if he bet. Yeah, there he is. It's funny when you see like the unbalance in people, like you're check raising your airs and you're betting complete air, but then you're not betting king for value. Okay, ace 4 suited, we're gonna squeeze. And check here. Just fold to him. King 7 suited, we'll open up. Ace 4 suited. Okay, raise the queen to 8. Raise the king queen. All right, it's gonna spew 3-bet, so we are just going to call. See what does in the flop. It goes half pot. I think we just fold to the half pot. 33% we call. And if we had a diamond, also we would call. We call the 3-bet. Check. Okay, it's a good turn. Since it's a good spot, good likelihood that he'll start trying to spew. And I'm gonna go small and do some of the bluff. Okay, we 3-bet, he calls. See about this board. Here, we're gonna check the king to him. See, the light does not like to fold, so I think we just are gonna check here, even picking up the equity. We're gonna raise the nines. Okay, this table's getting a little bit better. We're in a terrible position at the table. Okay, we got ace jack. Big blinds, pretty strong hand. Pocket nines down here. We block 8-9. I'm just gonna bet twice. Sort of turning my hand into a bluff, but protecting a lot of our equity. It's just hard for him to call down the range that he's gonna have there. I'd rather just three bet the ace jack here. Given how deep we are, we can just call too. But I think being in position three betting's fine. He just can fold a lot because of it, and that's a great result for us. Okay, we're gonna ice the sixes. Three bet the aces. We're gonna bet the eight here. And we just kick it down. Pocket nines, three bet. Pick up the flush draw, check. Call. Check again to him. Just checks back. As planned. People overstep turns when you check to them. Ace nine suited. There's fold to 10-4 here. Okay, we'll fold the 8-9. Oh, 10-3 suited, three betting. Fold ace 8. Raise the ace 5. Fold queen for call queen for suited. Good to see right here. Okay, just fold for the raise. A very quick raise. Cappy is like a big giant spew, so we are just kind of hoping to um, pick up a hand against him, which is generally the best way to beat most of these fish is just sniping all the small pots and then hit a hand and stack them. Usually how it goes. We probably could have bet turn here. He checks back flop and then barrel river, but I'm just gonna let it go. It's a suited raise. Full check 6. I'll just take a free flop here, and we're gonna call with the ace high. I'm sure we can run it 3 times. It's usually good to just keep the fish happy because this guy does have a stack sometimes, so it's nice when he does come back. We're gonna lose everyone. I got that one at least. Okay, here just checks. Both players check, so we're gonna bet. Okay. Probably just gonna get folds around the table here in the top right. He sits out. Okay, we get the check raise. That's interesting. I'm gonna three bet it because I'm trying to build a pot here. It's called. So we're really hoping he doesn't have pocket fours, but we're really hoping he has like two pair now, like queen nine, queen four, 9-4, something like that, and not just a hard draw. I think his most likely holding is going to be a flush. He does call turn there after checking back flop. So I'm going to bet small and hoping it induces him to shove a flush draw. Now we got to think here. Does he ever call if we rip it with anything worse? Checks back flop. He probably doesn't have 10 jack. I think we have to rip it here. If we lose to pocket queens or pocket nines, so be it. Nice. I wish you ripped it there, but that's fine. Is it possible that he definitely possible that he checked back queens and nines the way that handrail rolled and went out, ran out? So I don't know. River might just be a call there potentially. We are going to call the tens here. There's full ace 10 off for now. Yeah, that's just easy fold versus pot size bet. Okay, we're gonna fold the queen six. Here through with the ace king and then not folding. I'm gonna squeeze a little bit bigger here. I want to try to push them towards four betting or shoving here versus just calling. Okay, it's a good flop for us anyways. Um, we just want to go big enough that we could just have a clean pot shove on turn. Okay, we're gonna raise the king three suited, fold the queen deuce. Fold the 5-3. Guess it's just limped pot. We hit the bottom pair. What do you think, go? Could definitely check raise there, though, I think, too. Okay, queen deuce suited is open. Okay, let's three bet the jacks. Three bet the 9-4 suited, fold the ace five. Here we are going to see bet the flush draw. Okay, we do get raised. We are calling. Okay, okay. Equity, deuce is probably good. Queen is likely good as well. Right. Half pot, 3-1. It's possible he has like 7-8 or 5-7 and stuff, or maybe a worse or better flush draw. So we definitely are calling here. I don't really see any value in raising. And us has having the clubs make it more likely he had the value hand. Uh, I just wonder how often. If he only had the single top pair hand, I think I'm gonna rip it. If he only has top pair, he's gonna check back. This looks bluffy as all can be because the club's missed. Yes. And we just went on this crazy runner two pair. Um, so sometimes you'll just get a wild hero call here. down to three-handed, so we're just gonna start opening a bit smaller here because we're gonna be opening more hands. So, and people are willing to call a lot wider. So I mean, maybe there's an argument because people are terrible to just keep opening bigger with your stronger hands and just kind of shrink with your other junk. I think I fold given his size that he goes here. Maybe it's still call with an ace, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm gonna rip here again. 2x pot. I just did it last hand, so he might overthink it and think I'm not gonna do it again with value. I don't think we're beat enough here. I think all of his like two pairs and sets are gonna just like check raise at some point before the river, giving the straights and flushes that are starting to come out. So I want to target like king jack, king queen, and just rip it. I had to double check king queen's a three bet there. I think against the button you three bet king queen off, but it gets cut off. You call king queen off. Check. And four bet the queens. Okay, flop bottom pair here with some backdoor equity. We are gonna call. And flop two pair here. We're just gonna raise them. Yeah, I four bet calls. Just see it here. Okay, quickly calls again. That's a terrible run out, even for top two. I think we just let it go. Calls again. King's not a great river card for us. His hand is really, I just don't know. Okay, checks back. So gross, man. Just like awful. So, uh, called four bear, which is fine. Good. Queen suited. Called 10 checkers. Flop. Called brick. Turn. Check. Back. River king. So, call down there is like astronomically horrid. That's great though, right? Like that's what you want. You want them calling, 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 and then just like preferably not making complete air on the river. I don't think I'm going to bluff this guy. He's just too stationy. Just makes more sense to wait for a hand to do it with. We don't need to balance too much there. Yeah, I just raise three bet, four bet call. That's a standard C bet in a four bet pot. Calls. I think maybe the turn is a mistake, but again, he just doesn't have anything. I don't know. I guess he's just calling to hit a king or a queen. Probably just need to go bigger on the turn. Obviously, the plan was just kind of keeping him in to just shove pretty much any river that wasn't an ace or a king. Okay, happy with the check raise. You could shove here. I think we just call the position though. I don't really think there's any reason to uh, need to rip it in. Now the question becomes, do we go small here so that we can rip river? Oh, interesting. I think we just have to check down now. I think we just win too much with the four. Yeah, that's fine. If the four doesn't come, we're bluffing. But when the four does come, after he check raises and then check instantly, like checks turn. It's either he has an 8 or we win, pretty much. So I think that's fine. You could argue that he just has an 8 so significantly. I don't think he has an 8 very often. I don't think it doesn't make really sense to check raise an 8 there very often. Okay. Ace 5, flip, blue raise. We're just gonna sit out on the next blind for a minute and then be right back once we get there. Okay. Jack 8 suited, all ISO. Over 10-5. Against a 3.5 open, we'll just fold the ace jack. And yeah, we won't be long. Over ace deuce. Be right back, guys. Guys, we are back to our tables here at 225, 250, and still nothing else up and running, unfortunately. Mornings have just been dead lately. They used to have like 4, 5, 6 tables, running across a few different stakes. But we'll probably just start mixing it all 100 back in just to be able to get the volume in full 4 deuce. So, session feels like it's going pretty good. We don't actually really know. Haven't checked the stats. If you do go back in the stream, you'll see we did have our stats up for the month so far, which we're trying not to do, but there's a lot of action going on. So here I'm going to just bleed out and I'm going to bleed out big. I think 5-6, like 5-6, 6-8, 7-8, 8-9, 9-10, like all those hands are going to call. So we want to go big and try to get value from type of range. And we just keep going big here. Deuce is a brick, so there's a good chance if they call flop, they're going to call the turn barrel as well. Against Cappy, who's pretty skewy, we're not going to be looking at ISO too wide. Bunch of crap. King Queen off. Dead money. Perfectly fine. Okay, Omar calls. Get a good flop. And I think let's go half pot here. We call. We get stacked. We get stacked. Yeah, that's what we were looking for. This guy massive overvalues top pair. Now we're just looking to hold. What do we fade in a 10? I wish he would run it twice. I'd like running it twice. I don't like the variance of like a single run. Okay. I do like that though. But yeah, I'm definitely run it twice. Current guy. So fold 10-7, fold 4 deuce. King 3. Fold Jack 7. Let's call the 9-6 suited this time. I like to mix them in every once in a while. Mostly it's just going to be a fold there. Or, sorry, a 3-bet. Okay, King Jack, we're going to open that up. All right, it's a pretty good board for us. 5-3 suited will ISO against the filthy aces. Yeah, King's a terrible card for our range. Really good for his range. He is supposed to call against that knockback with like ace, king, king, queen, king, jack, like king 10, all the like overcard type hands. Leafs Forever does cold call here against our ISO. I don't like the pot bets usually value too, right? We generally Bet sizing is a pretty big tell for Fiji fish players. It's nice to see old Doug Polk back streaming all the time. That's good for the game, I think. His little heads up challenge. I don't think there's any way he's going to get 100K in a month. Um, I still think it's great for the game. Okay, dead card. Just going to go 2x pot here. Uh, do it with value too, like fours, fives, nines, kings, king nine, like all that's going to do it as well. We have a gut shot there, so it's a good spot. And it looks really strong because we're both deep, so it looks like I'm just trying to like build a pot to stack him. So he's just gonna have a ton of folds there. And again, he didn't three bet pre-flop, so he doesn't have anything like overly strong. So gonna get we're gonna get a whole lot of folds. Okay, still value bet the top, still value bet two pair here, even when the flush rolls in. It's not a very good card. I think the old 10%er is in order here. He checks back flop. That's unfortunate. Yeah. So the question now becomes, did we induce him to bluff, which is highly unlikely. Uh, I think like if we're in position, it's different. But Edip is like when we're at a position, they are significantly more likely to slow play. So he's like going to call flush. He's going to call the flush draw. He's going to call the flush turn. He'll call queen on the turn, and uh, I think raising a queen would be perfectly acceptable there on the river. Although I would think he would shove it um, more often than not. I had a decent run there and we left. Okay, fold queen seven. And for a fold. Six. Just like with the under the gun open, even though this is a mid three bet, it's just king queen's just an easy fold, I think. If it was suited, obviously it's a different story. But a7 will raise, a7 we raised. Fold four deuce. We're just gonna fold to the open. Okay, little heads up action in the bottom right. Okay, we are going to continuation bet 100% pretty much on this board with our entire range. And we're just gonna see how bucket heads playing here. Just fold. Yeah, that's a good flop. Okay, fold the 8-7. Okay, we're gonna throw the tens here. Raise the ace queen. That's not a great flop. It's a very good turn though. The thing is, guys, like the fish don't bluff enough, so we want to be raising. I think our turn, the turn there, so we did quite a bit. What happened in this hand? I raise calls. Okay, we're just gonna rep the queen now. So yeah, doesn't matter anymore, anyways. Okay, now we're just going to. I think we just jam it here with the tens. So it's the queens or something. Sixes. So good spot for us. Your turn, ace. Nice. Calls it. Um, this call, I thought we were dead to queens or something for sure that didn't come over the top. That's a wild call from him pre-flop versus under the gun open. And then mid position three bet. This is a pretty loose open, but everybody's playing so nitty that like, whatever. Full 10-3. Okay, full deuce. I'll defend king 10. Block queen 10, block queen king. Goes half pot. Take down. Obviously, there's a ton of better hands to check raise that with, but we have some backdoor equity in an overcard. I think that combined with how often people overfold, that is perfectly fine. We could check raise here. We could check call here. I think I'll just take the check call line because we did just check raise in last hand. Uh, oops. Oh, we do have a gut shot. Did the guy full three flush out there? I think it's fine. Okay, we have to defend this because it's just such a small. It's a limp. What's a limp? Click it back. Well, we're gonna have an easy get out of the way post flop a lot of the time. If he goes big, I'm just gonna fold. It goes half pot. I think we call one more, but outside of that, um, he's a fish, and the limp three bet is just such a strong range a lot of the time. That if he just keeps barreling, I'm just like done with the hand. He checks. That's interesting. Now it makes me think he has tens or jacks. It'd be a really good check if I check to him and he shoves, because I might call. I think we just go like 25% and try to get some value out of pocket tens, pocket jacks here. Check the queen jack back to him. Fuck me. What is this line? It's so confusing. He's probably gonna get paid off, which is annoying. Do not three raise king suited and big blind or something to gun open. He's super good. It's just very strange line. It's a very strange line, unless he has like pocket eights, which makes not a lot of sense. So we're gonna hope he bets here. I'm probably calling here. Like, why would he check back aces and then raise them on the river for value? Like, if you're checking, God, you nit. Um, man, he's gonna get paid off, isn't he? Just like it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Check back and then raise, comboed with the pre-flop like can't raise. for him to have much. Yeah, okay, whatever. It is very strange to check back turn and then to raise the river, I guess, to me. But it worked. It got him paid. Way to mark that though. Limp. Re-raise. Ace. Cover the guy. Oh, we called it from the start. I should have just listened. Just folded pre-flop, maybe. Whatever. A sneaky little check back on the turn, and then to raise that river. Thing is, if he jammed, I'd probably call it too. So we could look at it that way, but this guy's just not been three betting much anywhere. But we do need to. Uh, we do need to four bet some hands here against the big blind three bet, and ace four suited is a very good one to do that with. We're gonna save that queen 10 hand for reviewing later. We're gonna ISO the ace eight suited. Wonder if we just fold that pre-flop. I don't think so. Given the click it back that he did, but like fuck. It's just always aces. It's always aces, I think. I don't like that I talked myself into a call either, to be honest. We're obviously calling here the ace 10. I just go small here as a standard for the most part. Missed the run it twice. That's fine. It's a good start. All right, we're just gonna check here. And we'll check here in the top left. And I think we just check down. Could have. We don't really beat anything. I was gonna say you could have called with like King Jack, but we lose to that now. Probably just has like ace five, ace six, ace eight suited, or king queen suited, jack suited. So. All right, guys. Well, I think we're gonna call that the stream. It's been an hour and a bit, but I have some stuff to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe button, and we will